that piece for me like really reminded me of where these oral traditions of storytelling and of where the cipher really originates, and that beauty between Latin America and Africa and Asia, of how this circle of sharing each other's truth, of sharing each other's stories, of sharing each other's histories come together, and how that continues today. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful. I didn't know you could sing either, boy. Up next, this is a special performance. He's one of the few that actually does not go to TC. He drove all the way from Boston, Mass. Shout out to all my people from Boston out here.
Boston, okay, Boston.
Shout out to all Boston people. Let's give it up for Danny DeLeon. Hello. What's going on, yo? Alright, so like Pat said, I'm from Boston. I actually just graduated Boston College in May. So, the first piece I'm gonna do is something I've never done before. I've been writing poetry since I was 15, and right now I'm on a mission to kind of just release a bunch of old stuff that I've never let out into the universe. This poem makes me uncomfortable, but it was my reality, it was my truth at one point in my life. And it's called Artificial versus Substantial. It's real short, and then I'm gonna get into the piece that is me. But this one, like I said, artificial versus substantial. What's a dollar cost? Emotional holocaust. Is it like trading love for lust and paying the price for a couple of thrusts? Is it like hiding skeletons in your closet and pretending to still trust? Excuse me. You see, I'm conscious of my death. Immortalizing my spirit through lyric, I'm speaking and writing for people willing to hear it. I want to be a hero, but I've been feeling like a villain, hyper-conscious of my sinning. I'm dying on the inside, but you'll always see me grinning. Half smile, half serious. Morals and desires going at each other furious. And the bad side's winning. Got my moral compass spinning, pointing me down the path of self-destruction. But I'm too busy smoking and fucking, so I'll pretend like it's nothing. So that's that one. That's just something I wanted to get off. I hadn't really shared it with anybody before, but that's that. So this piece right here is called Dandelion. This piece is what most people kind of associate with me when they think about my poetry. They always think, oh, do the dandelion poem, do the dandelion poem. So it's really about my identity as a Latino male, and just being a first generation American, you know, kind of like what that struggle is. So shout out to my Latinos in the building. Daniel Eduardo de León Cabrera. That's my name. But most people know me as simply Danny. In fact, my birth certificate doesn't even have my middle name right. It says Edward. And in most of my emails, I don't even spell my last name out. I just conclude with sincerely, Danny D. Is this my American dream? Abbreviating and adapting my identity to be a little more American? Abbreviating and adapting my identity to be a little more accepted? Abbreviating and adapting my identity to be a lot less Latino? See, I want to tell myself that it's cool, that I'm proud of being a part of these partisan politics because they gave me freedom and because this country's soul is fertile and I'm flourishing. Nourishing my liberties thanks to the fruits of my parents' labor, this country was and is my family's savior. But even in a free democracy, what fed the fact that we are free? We all know that everything comes with a price. I mean, how could capitalism exist if anything was free? Clearly, we're paying for this freedom. I'm paying daily for this freedom. As each day progresses, I sacrifice yet another small portion of who I am to take on something new. And some of you might say, Danny, get a clue. It's the process of change. It's called growth. If you want to become a beautiful flower, you have to pull all the weeds from around you. See, I get it. Success requires sacrifice. Even Uncle Sam knows that many must die in war to protect the greater public. It just hurts to know that too many military casualties bear last names such as Mondragon, Martinez, Torres, Rivera, Lopez, Salazar, Rodriguez, Navarro, Velázquez, Hernandez. The list goes on. And don't get me wrong, I fully respect their services. However, I can't help but think that Uncle Sam is a gardener who sees us as weeds in his rich soil that could potentially take over the garden. He devalues Latinos enough to pluck us from the ground, rips us from our roots, and brainwashes us into wearing his combat boots. And here is the unquestionable truth. I can't deny that I try to camouflage myself as a white American rose, and consequently, I've lost parts of my culture. More importantly, I've stopped trying to be what I am not. Soy Latino, and Uncle Sam, you could never strip me of my first language despite how much you see me as a weed in your garden. In fact, I don't need to be a flower in your garden. I'll be the dandelion that sparks a revolution. You'll try to blow me away, and if somehow you do, my seeds will carry on my legacy. You'll remember me as Dan the Lion, and I'll just have to correct your memory and say, no, me llamo Daniel de León.